Hi everybody, this is Victor from Spoken Learning and welcome to another session. Today we are talking about prepositions. Prepositions is actually very important for Spanish language. We use it all the time and I think that they are so important because Spanish is such a descriptive language and it is so precise. You have a lot of description and a lot of connection and a lot of direction and where it's going and things are happening, and so it's not as sometimes as short a little bit as it is English, but it's part of its charm. But because of that, we use a lot of prepositions to connect words and ideas. So we're going to start with three basic ones. And if this is interesting for some of you, well, we're just going to continue explaining the prepositions with some examples, of course. But before we start, allow me to remind you that here in Spoken Learning, we have private Spanish lessons for children and adults. Even if you don't know any Spanish at all, we can start from scratch with you, like from starting from zero, or or if you have some skills already, we can help you to take them to the next level. That is because we are not tutors, we're professional teachers. You can always call or text 832-413-3166 in order to enroll. And let's start with today's topic, prepositions. So, as I was saying, those are crucial for Spanish language, like very important. So we're gonna start with one of the most typical ones, preposition a, that in English can be interpreted as to, but it's not an exact equivalence. It can also be interpreted as into or at. As I already said, it's not the only interpretation that you could have to this preposition. Some of the usage of this preposition is that introduce el complemento directo, introduces the direct complement. Animado all al complemento indirecto, to the indirect complement. For that, I mean that it is going to tell us what is the next part of the sentence, but if it's a direct object or indirect object. More of that a little bit later. Expresa y dirección indicates direction. Indica lugar indicates place. Denotes modo, the way that how you're doing it. Also sets the time and indicates order or mandate. When somebody said to somebody else to go and do something, that is also what preposition a does. So for that, we have some examples over here. Unos ejemplos aquí. Vi a Joaquín. I saw Joaquín. But in English will be just I saw Joaquín. But in Spanish, we are saying I saw to Joaquín, or like my eyes were seen at Joaquín. That's part of the what I was explaining, that English is not exactly equivalent sometimes to Spanish. So it's part of the interpretation that you have to put in. Entregó los documentos a Samuel. He delivered the documents to Samuel. And in this case, to Samuel will be a Samuel. To Samuel, a Samuel. Se fue a trabajar. He went to work. To work. A trabajar. To work. That is otro ejemplo. That is another example. Viste a la moda. She wears fashionable clothes. She's always fashion. Se viste a la moda. A la moda. In this case, saying that it's the way she dresses or the way she normally wears clothes. A la moda. She usually dress fashionable or fashion or in a fashion way, right? So, a la moda. Llegó a las 8 de la noche to set the time. Llegó a las 8 de la noche. He or she arrived at 8 o'clock. At night. 8 at night. 8 o'clock at night. Y a comer, that is like an order or like an indication for somebody like, hey, you have to come to eat right now. A comer, right? So that is preposition a. But there is a second part of this one, because if you combine it with the article singular masculine article el, equivalent to de, but singular and masculine, you will have it al. And in this case, you're going to have it when you are saying a él. but we don't say a él in Spanish, right? We put them together and we say al. For that, we have things like fuimos al cine, we went to the movies, al cine, and to the movies, al cine. Got it? To the, al cine. Luego tenemos llegamos al rato. We arrive after a while or really late or things like that. Llegamos al rato. We're coming back in a while. Al rato. Al rato meaning in a while. Al rato. No despiertes al niño. Don't wake up the kid or don't disturb the kid. No disturbes, no despiertes al niño. Don't wake up the kid. Al niño, to the kid, if you want to put it in some other words. Acompáñame al supermercado. Come with me to the supermarket. Al supermercado, to the supermarket. But we make it, as I already said, one single word and shorter one. Después tenemos ante. Ante, this is another preposition. It's not the combination with some other word. Ante will be the equivalent to before or in front of. Also in the view of, right? So that is ante. Ante means significa delante o en presencia de, meaning in front of or in the presence of. Se detuvo ante la puerta. He stopped in front of the door or at the presence of the door on the threshold of the door, right? He stopped. No pudo más ante el problema. He couldn't handle the problem anymore, or he couldn't face the problem anymore, or he couldn't stand in front of the problem. That's kind of the idea behind of ante, before of, in front of, facing something, right? Ante. And the second of this page and the third one in total for today, bajo. Bajo meaning beneath, under, and below. And for this case, it has different meanings. Let's check. Significa debajo de. It means under something, but also expresses situation of inferiority, subjection, or dependency. Bajo. La pluma estaba bajo la computadora. The pen, la pluma, oh, sorry, I lost my pen. The pen, la pluma, estaba bajo la computadora. The pen, oh, it actually is true for me. The pen was under the computer, bajo la computadora. Lo decidió bajo presión. He decided under pressure, bajo presión. We can also say something like, el Imperio Romano, no, la península española estuvo bajo el dominio del Imperio Romano. The Iberic Peninsula was under the dominance of the Roman Empire. Los aztecas estuvieron bajo el dominio de los españoles. The Aztecs were under the dominance of the Spanish. Things like that, meaning subjugation, that you have to that you attend your business, or that you have this owning or something, or whatever. Dominance, that is dominance, one above the other. Beneath, under, below, meaning bajo. And that's pretty much it for this introduction. Thank you so much for your attention. I hope that you find the topic interesting, and I might continue with the rest of the prepositions. In this case, it's just these three, but actually we have around 17 different prepositions that we use in different cases. Some of them more than others. Some of them actually we just use them like in a regular basis, but some of the issues for rare cases, or mostly when we are coming in with texts or actual academic situations, or very, very well done sentences, things like that. So it's once again, it's crucial for Spanish language to know your prepositions. And that's pretty much it from my part. Thank you so much for your attention, but allow me to remind you that in Spoken Learning, we provide private Spanish lessons for children and adults. We can start from scratch. If you have no idea of Spanish, we can guide you and we can help you, and you will be speaking Spanish in no time. Yes, because we actually do that. We refer to the effort of a person when they are trying to speak. We want to make it to speak. We want to make it to make some production of Spanish. That's what we focus in. And remember that if you want to join, you can always call or text 832-413-2166 in order to enroll. And Remember to follow us in all of our social media. You can find the links over here in the description of the video. We have all the social media when we upload different content every day to each one of them. Thank you so much for your attention. That will be it for my part, and I will see you next time.